Hello and welcome to today's video. I will go ahead and take my glasses off because now that we've started, I can see them reflecting like crazy in the viewfinder. So let me go ahead and initial an apology. Do initial apologies? 3 of them. One is that this is going up very late because we were right there ready to travel, and I realized as I was about to sit down and film in the US when we were visiting our family that I only took photos of like half the things I needed to take photos of. I either didn't have all the photos of things I needed to update you on, or I didn't have enough roll-ins for this project, so I decided to wait until we were home. And that leads me to apology number 2, which is that I'm a mess and I have almost no energy because I had grand plans to like do my makeup and get glammed up for this video, but I'm so tired. I like literally that kind of tired where I'm almost loopy and I feel like I'm wearing like a weighted jacket. It's really uncanny how I feel. I've honestly lost count of how many times I've taken this like transatlantic flight, and yet still I can never get used to how bad my jet lag is. But anyways, today's video is my second update for the Graveyard project pan. This was a project pan that was started by Emily from Emily and Max. All the information about this project pan will be listed in the description box. And I like to say that I knew what I was going to say next, but honestly, I lost my train of thought because my camera flashed that I needed to change the battery. Anyways, longest intro ever. Let's go ahead and get into this update. Okay, despite this video already being the mess that it is and me feeling like I dug my way out of some grave today, I do have 5 goals hit, I think 5. So let's go ahead and jump into it. My first one was my CC cream from IT Cosmetics, and at the last update I had cut this open, but there was so much product in here that I did not anticipate, and I had poured it into this guy here. So as you can see, this thing is now empty and I managed to get all of that out, and I was really proud of myself because honestly I had no idea that there was going to be so much left in this tube when I cut it open. I thought I was pretty much done when I cut it open, and I was very wrong. So this is another foundation completed for me this year. I actually think this is only my second foundation this year completed, so I'm really glad to have that. My inventory needs that. So yeah, 1 down. And the second item that I completed is my NYX powder foundation, and this is what it's looking like. At the last update, I did not have much less left. I had repressed it into the center of the pan, but yeah, I'm glad to see this gone. I was working on way too many foundations at once at the last update to have finished any, but now I have finished obviously 2, and that leaves me only working on 1 at the moment, and that's so much less pressure and so much easier to handle. And for item number 3, I have my Devoted Love perfume. This had been in a previous project, oh my lord, and it is now done. Hopefully you can see that it's actually like way more dry than I ever would have anticipated. But yeah, this is done, so we'll roll in another one for this. And my 4th item complete for this project, I'm really excited. This was a project, this is a Covergirl eyeshadow stick pencil. I don't even know if I can give you a little bit of a swatch. Yeah, I can. Hopefully you can see that right there. This was something that I had in my rolling project, or my project pan, my year-long one last year. So I worked on this all last year, and it was a much longer pencil, probably something around that long. And I worked on this, and obviously there is still product in here, but when I go to sharpen it, the base of it turns and I can't actually like get it to sharpen anymore. So it is done, and I'm so excited. I actually just realized that these kind of eyeshadow based stick pencils, like they're not something that I use really at all, and these are things that I definitely will not purchase in the future. And my 5th item that I'm going to declare done is my squalane. I still don't know how to pronounce that. And this is from Timeless, but as you'll be able to see, there is the slightest bit left in there. Maybe you can see that. But honestly, I know that I will finish this either tonight or tomorrow. It literally has 1 to 2 uses left in it. I actually used it last night and had trouble getting it out of the bottle or the jar. So again, I know that this is pretty much done, so I'm going to go ahead and count it as done and roll it out of this project. So that makes 5 completions that we will roll in at the end. I still have 3 more to go over with you. The first one is my Pure Cameo Contour Stick, and I was working on the like light side, and so this is what we're working with. I'll show you on some paper how we're doing. I actually didn't anticipate that I did that well because this was not an item that I packed to take home with me to the US, so for a whole month it didn't get touched. But actually, like when I drew my line today, I was pleasantly surprised to see that there is some progress. Hopefully you can see that right there. Yeah, so we did make some decent progress, and I do have a lot of hope that we'll have September and October to work on this item, and that I will get it done by the end of this project. Now, I'm not sure I can say the same about this next one. This is my Buxom lip liner in the shade Hush Hush. This was a mini guy, a sample size. Well, it was a deluxe sample size that I got like a couple years ago. I put it in my year-long project pan last year, and I made a good progress on it. I probably used about half of the product up, and I tried to roll it into this project, and yet am still getting my butt kicked by it. I actually took this home to the US with me. I didn't wear makeup a ton because obviously we were quarantined quite a bit. We stayed home. We didn't have healthcare in the US, so we wanted to make sure that we didn't come into contact with any COVID at all, because if we had to go to the hospital, it would have been a giant disaster. So we mostly stayed at home with family. And this guy was the only lip product that I brought with me. Besides, I had some lip products there that I didn't even use, and I actually forgot to pack a pencil sharpener for this, and still I used up like the nub up, or like I used it all the way down to like the wooden part, but like a whole month of use I didn't even have to resharpen it. That's how slowly this pencil goes for me. So yeah, as you can see here, I do have a little bit of progress. So this line up here, I introduced this at the first update, and then at the second update we are right here. So all in all, not bad, but this is one that I'm kind of highly doubtful that I might finish this by the end of the project, but I'm gonna really try hard. All right, and the last item to update you on is my Victoria's Secret like powder, scented powder kind of thing. This is where we are. This was where I rolled it in at the first update last time, and then I took it home with me, so I was able to make some decent progress, which we're down to here. I actually think that there's a realistic shot of me finishing this. If I remember to dust this on my body every time that I film during the next 2 months, I think there's a good chance I might use this up, which makes me really excited. Now, I will say that the weather here in Sweden, we left Alabama and Georgia area, and it was like in the 90s of Fahrenheit, and then got here and the high has barely gotten over 60. So I'm a little sad that I feel like I came back here and summer's just absolutely gone, and that breaks my heart. But I am going to pretend like it's summer. I'm gonna keep self-tanning. I got a little bit of sun like at home, and so I'm gonna try to extend the life of this tan as long as I can. So hopefully this kind of product will appeal to me in helping me renew like that sense of I still have a little bit of summer. Okay, let's get into the fun part. I have 5 roll-ins, like I said. The first one is my Winter Candy Apple like spray, and this guy was in a previous project. Obviously you can see right here where our starting point is. Hopefully you can see it. It's a red mark. Maybe I shouldn't have used red on a red kind of bottle, but I am going to try to finish this by the finale, which will be the next update. Okay, and the second item that I'm rolling in, I'm really excited for. I ended up bringing this back from home with me. This is the like light eyebrow kit from e.l.f. It's pretty old. This product here I never really loved, even though I did hit pan on it, because it's kind of a sticky brow gel. So I've kind of decided to myself that this is not something that I care to pan. It's not something that I care to use up. I'm okay with losing this half of the eyeshadow, or like the eyebrow kit. And this guy here though, this makes a decent contour powder for me, and so I think I'm gonna try to use that. Now, it is something that I think will only look right on me as I start to lose a bit of this tan. I think it would look a little too ashy or gray on me right now. So for now, it might not get much use, but I will try to hit pan on this by the end of this project. All right, and the third item coming into this project is a concealer. I'm really excited about this. This was one that I packed to go home because it is, or it claims to be, waterproof, and I knew we were gonna be at our family's pool a good bit. And yeah, as you can see, hopefully you'll be able to see this. There are quite a few windows. I actually was quite surprised when I was using it at home. I was like, wow, I didn't realize that I had used it to the point where I was like getting windows in the product. So I have a feeling that I'll be pulling the stopper out of this soon. So my goal for this is in the next like 2 months is going to be to finish this. I hope that's not too lofty, but I would be really excited to get another concealer out of my collection this year. So the fourth item, I know I literally just said that working on one foundation felt nice and was not overwhelming, but I'm also deciding to roll in another foundation in this project, but the goal is going to be slightly different. So this is a super old, this is probably the oldest foundation in my collection. This is the Dream Matte Mousse from Maybelline. Everybody remembers how old this, probably remembers the hype on this guy and remembers how old it was. So it's kind of gross, but I really feel like I can't let it go because I've made so much progress on it. I mean, look, I made so much progress on it. I really want to try to either finish using it up, or I need to declutter it. So that's going to be my goal. Use it up or declutter it but I have 2 months to make my mind up. When 2 months comes, if I literally only have like a little bit left, that will be acceptable. But if I have not made significant progress in this by the finale, I'm going to have to declutter it. I may have to get y'all to kick my butt in the comments, but it's got to go by the end of this year. And that leads us to the fifth and final product rolling into this project. This is a Ulta lip gloss little sample in an orange shade. It doesn't give me a shade name, but this is what we're looking like. I already have a little bit of some windows forming in here. So hopefully this will be done. I am working on a lot of lip products, a lot of them, but I think that as we go into fall, I'm really gonna miss this orange lip gloss, so it felt kind of natural to say, you know what, these lip glosses really haven't got a lot of love for me, so they're going into the collecting cobwebs category, and I need to use this up because this one is way too, it's starting to get too old to just be sitting here half used in my collection. And with that being said, I think we have completed this video. I'm really actually kind of proud of myself for keeping it together that long, because honestly, I'm on the struggle bus right now. Anybody with me? Let me know in the comments how you're doing. Make sure you say hello, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.